Rupert's Tales, The Wheel of the Year, written by Kyrja, illustrated by Tonia, Bennington, Osborn. Rupert learns about Lammas. Rupert the rabbit today felt very bold. He was sitting near a woman who looked very old. Never before had he ventured so near to those people who often came to celebrate here. They came here from time to time to this very place, this clearing that looked like a round kind of space. He learned some things about what they did and why, from a white owl and a pretty fairy who could fly. This time, he thought, he'd learn something on his own. So he crept very close, feeling scared down to his bones. The woman was sitting in the shade of a cypress tree, with children all around her, as quiet as can be. Rupert had seen girls and boys just like these before. They had all been playing and making noise galore. But here they were gathered all together, 3 girls and 2 boys, sitting still, not twitching or twisting or making any noise. The old woman had a long braid of hair that was grey, and Rupert was eager to learn what she had to say. There were many wrinkles around her kind eyes. He heard people call her a crone and say she was wise. Lammas is a time for many things, she began. You can celebrate however you want. Oh yes, you can. There are those who remember the Sun King named Lu. His power begins to weaken now, just like it's supposed to. After the solstice of summer has passed us by, his presence and warmth slowly fades from the sky. And so some are sad at this time each year, thinking of the cold to come. Some will shed tears. There are those too who remember days filled with the sun, with laughter and love and long days of fun. So no matter if you cry or laugh, whatever you choose to do, remember there are many who honour the god named Lu. But what about all the bread? Asked a boy, giving Rupert a start. And the corn, and wheat, and nuts, and the apple tart. The children started asking questions left and right, all their noise making Rupert tremble with fright. Hush now, my children, hush all you girls and you boys. I'll answer your questions when you stop making noise. Oh, the old woman was wise, it was true. She knew exactly what to say and what to do. Rupert was happy. She kept the children in hand because he too wanted to understand. Remember I told you, Lammas is a time for many things. Why, this festival is famous for all the blessings it brings. Yes, the solstice is behind us, that much is true. You've all had a summer filled with long days and many things to do. And now the autumn is coming with its fingers of cold. The days have begun to shorten as the year starts to turn old. This is a time of harvest, the old woman continued to explain. A time to gather the fruit, the nuts, and all of the grain. But what about the corn? A girl with blue eyes wanted to know. My father says it's the most sacred thing we grow. All things we plant are sacred, the crone agreed with a nod. So, as long as we remember to give thanks to the goddess and God. But I'll answer your question, the one you didn't ask. To give thanks for all the things we grow, that is our task. Now is the time for harvest, when we reap what we've sown. The time to pick and pluck and dig up all the things we've grown. Lammas is the first harvest of 3, this festival of grains, then Marbon, and finally Samhain, as the wheel of the year wanes. A time too, my little ones, she said, to give thanks for all we hold dear, and to remember all the blessings we've had through the year. And so we set a special day aside when everyone prays and sings, to tell the Lord and Lady we remember these wondrous things. Together we bake bread of wheat or corn or rye. We make dolls, build fires, tell stories, and we laugh and we cry. So off you go, the woman said, shooing them away. Go help each other find special ways to celebrate this day. Rupert thought the kind old woman just might have it right. It was good to remember all that was special as the day faded into night. There would be shorter days and longer nights ahead, but now was a time of celebration, just like the crone lady said. And you, my little friend, she said, turning to look his way, have you learned what you wanted to on this very special day? Rupert wasn't really surprised when she turned her face. He learned the god and goddess weren't only in one place. And so he twitched his long brown ears, giving her a little bow. She smiled then said, "You'd better hurry along now. The grass and clover won't always be this green and sweet." Then she surprised him by holding out an unexpected treat. It was a carrot she held in the palm of her hand, probably the biggest one in all of the land. "May the lessons you learn always serve you well." Then she was gone, and Rupert heard the twinkling of a silvery bell. There's magic, he knew, in such thoughtful giving, and hoped he'd keep learning as long as he was living.